Hello everyone and welcome back to Trending Now. The NBA draft is just like the lottery. What comes out of it depends all on the human factor and luck. Some of the most celebrated college players can turn into busts, while sometimes the ones who are not so good develop into all-stars and MVPs. Here are a few of the biggest steals of the draft and players who, despite their low draft position, proved to be different. Before we continue with the list, make sure to ring the bell so you get notified when we post next. Let's get started. John Stockton. John Stockton is number 10 on our list. Many scouts and GMs doubted John Stockton. He was not a hot pick on draft night. He was short and not athletic at all, and he looked just like someone who has a 9-to-5 job. A lot of people were convinced that he couldn't play with the big boys, but these people were quite surprised when Utah picked him with the 16th pick in the 1984 draft. The boy who looked like an accountant was a hidden talent. 19 years and over 15,000 assists later, he retired as the best passer in NBA history. He made all his dimes in the Jazz uniform, and it was Jazz who had the last laugh because the pick was one of the best return on investments ever. Utah made another big steal only one season after drafting Stockton. They snatched Karl Malone, who fell all the way to 13th place on the draft. Jimmy Butler. There was a big question when it came to drafting the guy from Marquette University. Could he develop a jump shot and become a factory at the offensive end? This was why he waited until the last pick in the first round to hear his name called by the commissioner. Jimmy Butler was selected by the Bulls in 2011 and proved the world that he is one of the hardest workers in the NBA. He became a 5-time All-Star and developed into one of the best leaders in basketball. Jimmy Butler made a great impact to his team, bigger than all the players drafted ahead of him. Giannis Antetokounmpo. When the Bucks made the 15th pick in 2013, a lot of people thought that Giannis Antetokounmpo was just another exotic project that was not going to pan out. Luckily for him, the Bucks' decision paid off. Giannis was not listed high on any mock draft because he was extremely raw and skinny. This was just the outside perspective, because deep inside he has proved to be a great player. 7 years later, he has become a 2-time NBA MVP and one of the most physically dominant players who have ever played. Hard work truly does pay off. Nikola Jokic. Moving up, we have Nikola Jokic. His draft story is quite funny actually. Check this out. If you remember watching the 2014 NBA draft on TV, you would say that I'm lying if I told you that Nikola Jokic was picked that year. Nobody saw him get selected. And the reason why is quite funny. By the time the Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum was saying his name, some ESPN producer decided to skip to commercials. While many people were watching a commercial, this moment was a very important one for Jokic and Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets selected the Serbian center who would become one of the best passing men in NBA history. Jokic also represents the Serbian national team. At just 25 years old, he is entering his prime. At the recent game against Brooklyn, it almost led to something that has only been done 4 times in NBA history. Not only did he record another double-double of 23 points and 11 rebounds, but the Nuggets' big man also recorded a career-high 7 steals to go along with 8 assists. Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman had a hard life before joining the NBA. He had an unusual road to the NBA. He was homeless for 2 years during high school and worked as a janitor at an airport to support himself. It was a good choice when he decided to go to college in Oklahoma. He scored 25 points in 15 rebounds and was invited to a pre-draft camp for NBA prospects, where he got the attention of the Pistons scouts. The 25-year-old who played only college basketball was picked in the 27th pick. During his career, he has 2 NBA championships with Detroit and then 3 more as a member of the Chicago Bulls. He became one of the best rebounders the NBA has ever seen, something you do not usually find in the second round of the draft. Marc Gasol. Number 5 on our list is Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol came as a teenager to the USA alongside his older brother Pau, who was drafted 2nd overall. His brother started playing with the Memphis Grizzlies, but Marc had on the highlight of his career. In 2008, he got traded with his brother and was the best trade in NBA history. The Lakers won 2 titles with Pau, and Marc had a better career with the Grizzlies too. He has become 3 times All-Star and has even won the Defensive Player of the Year award. George Gerwin. There are only 3 people that have NBA scoring titles 4 times or more: Michael Jordan, Kevin Durant, and George the Iceman Gervin. Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant were top 3 picks, but this wasn't the same situation with George Gerwin. He was picked on the 3rd round of the 40th pick when the Phoenix Suns finally selected him in the 1974 draft. He was not technically a steal of the NBA because he decided to stay with the Spurs in the ABA. The reason for this was that he was drafted so low and decided to stay where he was, but that was the NBA's loss. He became a 9-time All-Star and one of the best players who wore silver and black. Tony Parker. The Spurs GM R.C. Buford is known for finding steals late in the drafts. Spurs hit the jackpot when they drafted Tony Parker in 2001. He was the 28th pick, but became a very important part of the team and the lead engine behind their motion offense. He became one of the best point guards in NBA in his prime and had some awesome finishing moves. Tony Parker won 4 NBA championships with the Spurs, is a 6-time All-Star, and the Finals MVP in 2017. Kobe Bryant. The NBA world was a lot different in 1996 because there weren't hours of tapes of players put together on YouTube. That is why Kobe Bryant wasn't known outside of Philadelphia. Nobody knew how good this young boy was. 13 teams passed him because he didn't look physically ready for the NBA. But the GM of the Lakers, Jerry West, realized how special Kobe Bryant really was after he dominated in the workouts. Kobe Bryant became a legendary player, and we will always remember him. Before we talk about the first one on this list, let's also mention some other players who deserve to be put on the list. Gilbert Arenas was selected with the 31st pick, Draymond Green was selected with the 35th pick, Alex English was selected 23rd overall in 1976, and Isaiah Thomas was picked 60th in 2011. Manu Ginobili. Okay, we have reached the first one who tops our list, and this is no other but Manu Ginobili. In the 1999 NBA draft, the Spurs chose him late in the 2nd round. Manu Ginobili was a left-handed basketball player. The Argentinian talent was yet to become a no-name in Europe and joined the Spurs in 2002 after being named the EuroLeague's MVP in 2001. Manu Ginobili helped the Spurs to win a title in his rookie season. After that, he won 3 more titles with the team and is one of the best foreign players to ever play in the NBA. We have come to the end of our list. Which one do you think was the best NBA steal of all time? Which one of these players is your favorite? Do you know any other steal that is worth mentioning? Tell us all in the comment section down below. If you enjoy watching this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks for watching.